He ended up near some asteroids numbered 325 to 330. He decided to visit them to learn more. A king lived in the first place. He wore royal purple and ermine, and sat on a throne that was both plain and grand. "Oh, here comes someone," said the king excitedly, when he saw the little prince approaching. And the little prince asked himself, how did he know who I was if he had never seen me before? He didn't know how kings see the world. They consider all men as their subjects. "Come closer, so I can see you better," said the king, who was very proud to finally be a king over someone. The small prince searched all around for somewhere to sit, but the whole planet was filled up and blocked by the king's wonderful fur robe. Therefore, he stayed standing, and as he was feeling tired, he yawned. The king told him that it's impolite to yawn in front of a king and asked him not to do it. "I can't control myself. I can't stop," said the little prince, feeling very shy. "I've been traveling for a long time and haven't slept." "Ah, okay," said the king. "I want you to yawn. I haven't seen anyone yawn in years, and it's something that interests me. Come on, yawn again. It's an order. I'm scared. I can't do it anymore," whispered the little prince, feeling very embarrassed. Ham, said the king. "So, I command you to yawn sometimes and other times too." He spoke with some difficulty and appeared annoyed. The king wanted people to show respect for his power. He did not allow anyone to disobey him. He had complete control. However, he was kind enough to issue orders that made sense. He said, as an example, if I told a general to become a seabird and the general didn't obey me, it wouldn't be the general's fault. It would be my fault. "Can I sit?" asked the little prince in a shy voice. "Do it," said the king, as he gathered his ermine mantle around him with dignity. The little prince was thinking. The planet was very small. What could this king really have control over? "Excuse me, your majesty," he said, "may I ask you a question?" The king quickly said to him, "Please ask me a question." "Sire, over what do you rule?" "About everything," said the king, with grand simplicity. "Over everything." The king did a movement that included his planet, the other planets, and all the stars. "What about everything else?" asked the little prince. "Over all that," the king answered. His rule was not just complete, it was for everyone. "And the stars obey you?" The king said that they certainly obey instantly, and he does not allow disobedience. The little prince was amazed by the king's power. He wished he had that kind of power so he could watch the sunset more times without having to move. He felt sad thinking about his planet and asked the king for a favor. "I want to see a sunset. Please do me this favor. Make the sun go down." The king asked, "If I told a general to fly like a butterfly from one flower to another, or to write a sad play, or to become a seabird, and the general did not do what I said, who would be wrong? The general or me?" "You," said the little prince firmly. The king said, "Yes. Everyone should do the job they can do. People listen to me because I make sense. If I told them to jump into the sea, they would not obey me because it's not reasonable. So, I have the power to ask for obedience because my orders are reasonable." "Can we see my sunset now?" asked the little prince again, as he always remembered his questions. "You will see the sunset. I will make it happen. However, based on my knowledge of governing, I will wait until things are good." "When will that be?" asked the small prince. Ham, said the king, and then he checked a big calendar. Ham. "It will be, this evening at around 20 minutes to 8. You'll see how well I'm followed." The little prince was tired and wished he could have seen the sunset. He also started to feel a bit bored. "I don't have anything else to do here," he told the king. "Therefore, I will continue my journey." "Don't go," said the king proudly, as he wanted to keep his subject. "I'll make you a minister." "Minister of what?" "Minister of justice." "But there is nobody here to judge." The king told him that he didn't know the answer. The king explained that he hasn't finished traveling around his kingdom yet and that he's very old. He also mentioned that there's no space for a carriage and walking tires him. I already looked, said the little prince, turning to see the other side of the planet one more time. But there was nobody there, just like on this side. The king replied, "You must then evaluate yourself. It is the hardest thing to do. It's much easier to judge others than oneself. If you can accurately judge yourself, then you're truly wise." "I can decide for myself anywhere," said the little prince. "I don't have to stay on this planet." The king said, Ham, I think there's an old rat somewhere on my planet. I hear it at night. You will decide what to do with this rat. Sometimes you may punish him by death, but his life depends on your fairness. However, each time you should forgive him because we need to save resources. He is the only one we have." "I don't like to make anyone die," said the little prince. "I'm going to continue my journey now." "No," said the king. But the little prince did not want to make the old king sad because he had finished getting ready to leave. "If you want me to obey quickly," he said, "you should give me a clear order. You could tell me to leave in 1 minute, for instance. I think it's possible to do that now." The little prince didn't know what to do when the king didn't answer, so he waited for a moment. After that, he said goodbye with a sad sound and left. "I appoint you as my ambassador," the king said quickly. He had a magnificent air of authority. "The adults are very weird," thought the little prince while he kept traveling.